Attorney General Merrick Garland was on the hot seat this week defending the Justice Department's investigation into Hunter Biden in his testimony to the House Judiciary Committee. This as the president's son sues the IRS and the House GOP begins its impeachment inquiry into Joe Biden. With us today to discuss this and more is attorney Brian Claypool. Brian, welcome.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Let's start with this exchange of the Attorney General on Capitol Hill.
Has anyone from the White House provided direction at any time to you personally or to any senior officials at the DOJ regarding how the Hunter Biden investigation was to be carried out?
No.
What is the fallout from the Attorney General's appearance on Capitol Hill, Brian?
Yeah, hey, Mike, I was disappointed, and I felt like his appearance was underwhelming, and it didn't instill the confidence that I think many Americans wanted to see about our U.S. Attorney General. Why do I say that? Because in his opening statement, Mike, he made comments like, you know, we've got to uphold the Constitution, we've got to have equal justice for all. Yet he didn't give anybody an explanation as to how the DOJ presented this bogus plea deal a few months ago on behalf of Hunter Biden that clearly violated the Constitution. So he's talking a lot, but in my opinion, he's not walking the walk. And what was so staggering to me, Mike, was at one point during his appearance and testimony, he pretty much said, hey, look, I'm trying to stay out of these two investigations, the two that Jack Smith's handling and then the other investigation as well. And he's saying, I'm going to keep out of this so as not to create any discord. That is shocking. He's the captain of the ship. He's the quarterback of the team. These are the two highest profile investigations in decades. And he's telling the American people that he's trying to stay not involved.
What questions do you have about his actual leadership at the Department of Justice?
Yeah, it's failed leadership, Mike. And here's why. If you're a head football coach and your team gets slaughtered 42-0 and the media comes and says, hey, what went wrong? How are you going to fix this? The coach would take responsibility for the loss, Mike. Hey, look, it's on me. The buck stops with me. All we heard from Merrick Garland was he's saying, oh, look, I'm not that involved. Go talk to David Weiss. Remember that, Mike? There were a couple of occasions where he's actually saying, oh, let's go ask David Weiss that. Are you serious, dude? You should be answering these questions. You are the one that should be signing off on plea deals. You are the one that should be defining the parameters of these investigations, not an underling. And one question I would have for David Weiss when he comes to testify before the House Judiciary Committee, Mike, is I would ask him point blank, did you have this evidence about these gun charges in your possession when the first indictment came down? Because nothing changed, Mike. Why are there additional indictments now when all of this evidence was already in Merrick Garland's hands?
Meanwhile, Hunter Biden is suing the IRS when his father is head of the United States government. What about that?
Yeah, I think this lawsuit is just deflection again. He's trying to take the attention off himself and put it on the government. Oh, the government's coming after me. When, by the way, there was little, if any, investigation done with this. Remember the IRS whistleblower? Hardly anything was done to investigate that, with allegations of the DOJ not following proper protocol, potentially committing perjury, not following evidence, not executing search warrants on Hunter Biden's home, right? What about all that, Hunter? And yet his lawyers now are trying to sue the IRS because an IRS agent filed a complaint, a whistleblower complaint.
Meanwhile, Congress is preoccupied with a fiscal funding deadline coming up. But what about the Biden impeachment inquiry?
Yeah, I think the Biden impeachment inquiry should focus on one particular transaction, Mike. Do you recall that David Weiss has possession of that 2017 WhatsApp text message between Hunter Biden and I think this guy's name's Henry Zhao. He's with the CEFC, this arguably corrupt Chinese company. And Hunter Biden is saying in that text message, hey, look, you better do what you've got to do or you're going to come to regret it, right? My dad's sitting right next to me. And then a week later, $5 million goes into Hunter's account. Arguably, to me, that is extortion. Why isn't that being investigated? And shouldn't President Biden answer questions as to whether he legitimately was sitting next to Hunter Biden when that call happened. So I think we've got a lot more digging to do. I'd like to see evidence of President Biden potentially committing wrongdoing, but that's a good starting point right there.
Well, we will follow it. Attorney Brian Claypool, thanks for your time and analysis today.
Thank you, Mike.